Greetings, it is I, Tantus Naravan Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome! It is time to continue my discussion on Spelljammer. I've been talking about the campaign settings of Dungeons & Dragons, many of which were introduced in AD&D. I was starting with your Dungeons & Dragons ventures in space. We were talking about major organizations and military organizations that existed out in space that you could possibly be members of. Let's finish up the military organizations today, starting with the Pragmatic Order of Though. This is a group that is all about stamping out slavery and removing it from the universe. Their basic headquarters can be found in Gray Space on Greyhawk, but it really isn't a headquarters per se. They have this idealism of getting rid of slavery everywhere and all the organizations that support it, but they themselves don't have the organization or the manpower to really take care of it. They really just don't have the oomph in order to push this to a great degree. So they tend to, when they have the chance, rescue actual slaves. They focus on the slaves here and now. Granted, getting rid of the organization would be great, but they look at what the little victories they can have. Focus on those they can save. Afterward, if they can do more to dismantle the organization, then they're going to do it. It's a bonus. Now, they tend to be able to easily allied with many of the other good-aligned organizations, and really any kind of slavers or slave-based organizations are the ones that are their greatest enemies. They are incredibly easy to join. Help them out doing something. Hey, guess what? You're now a member. You've assisted them in some way of stamping out slavery, doing something that's doing the right thing. You've just joined them. When you're joining them, basically what you get, because they are so loosely organized, is people you communicate with, maybe a group of people that you could make adventures with, just simple things like that. Communication, just some, buddies that you've just made, and of course, hey, maybe they're great for going on an adventure with them. You really are obligated to help them out. They really want you to assist them on various missions that they might do to stamp out slavery, or to go and rescue slaves. If you refuse enough times, they might start to shun you as a member of group, but it's really hard to get on their bad side as long as you basically help them out in any way that you can. Now, the 10th Pit is a smaller organization, but one that is fairly powerful, that has established themselves to get peace in the universe. Their headquarters is unknown, it's kind of hidden. So their entire goal is to, throughout the known spheres, bring order to them and bring peace to them. Basically bring safety. But the caveat is it's under their direct control. They have to be the ones in charge. Now we're seeing what their kind of group they actually are. They tend to align with lawful evil groups, or groups on some of the worlds and things like that, but really their alliances are mostly hidden. And groups like the Chalice, they find as their enemies because they find themselves to be in direct competition. The Chalice looks to maintain order in an area too, but for good reasons, they tend to lead towards evil and controlling reasons. We see the difference between the two groups. Now, to join, you have to be at least 5th level, and you have to be either lawful evil or neutral evil. They will really take any class, but they favor fighters and rogues above all else. Humans are most preferred, though non-human races can find positions in the lower ranks. Humans will really tend to find the upper ranks. Most demi-humans, though, tend to avoid the organization. It's a combination police organization and protection racket, so being a member of that is where you find your influence in, and the bonus of actually being part of this group. It is also important to note that you're required to obey orders once you've joined the group. It is a very strict military hierarchy, and disobeying orders, dissonance, is not looked upon well at all. Now let's talk about the trading company, which is not mercantile base, it's a mercenary company. Their central headquarters, or their largest headquarters, seems to be on the Rock of Brawl. They are all about profit, so they actually are a neutral group. They will not join both sides of a conflict. They will join the side of the conflict that gives them the highest bid and the most money, but once they join a conflict, once you've paid that money, the mercenaries that they send you will not go against you. Loyalty is bought in this case, but it cannot be bought again. Once the deal is struck, you don't have to worry about being betrayed by the trading company. They have this, we've been bought loyalty. They have this, You're the paying customer. Of course we're going to be loyal to you. We're not going to betray that. Now, they have been known to send expeditions of troops into areas of war or hotspots where they perhaps could convince the local populations to barter for their services and join the conflict. They basically put themselves in a position that it looks good for them to be joining. It's easy for them to join into this conflict. It's very easy to join the group. You have to sign a piece of paper. That's it. You're in. They see the fact that if there's any weaklings or undesirables, they'll be weeded out by war. They will die in the course of one of the conflicts they're being sent into. They won't have to worry about them anymore. So, yeah, they'll take anybody. You might just be cannon fodder on the battlefield. If you get enough of a rank within their organization, well, then you're pretty much on easy street. You don't have to worry about this such as anymore. But while you're a grunt, you will be guaranteed pay, rations, and a bed. Again, the desire would be to get to that high enough rank that you don't have to worry about basically putting your life on the line constantly in order for that pay, rations, and bed. Now, this doesn't mean that you're obligated to basically stay in the group as long as you're on a mission. That's it. You're obligated just to go on the missions they send you on. As soon as you want to leave, you can. You're allowed to leave, but you have to complete the mission you were on. Whatever they sent you to do, the last thing they sent you to do, you do it. Then they don't care. You just go, collect your final amounts of pay from whatever local headquarters are, and you're on your way. The thing is, with the kind of life it is, there are very few ex-mercenaries from the group. They just do occur. People sometimes survive and can leave when they choose to. Again, you just are more likely to die because it is mercenary lifestyle. So that's it for today. I introduced you to 3 more groups. A group that's all about removing slavery from the universe, a group that's all about establishing order, their order, and a group of mercenaries who don't really have a true alliance, but if you pay them and they already send troops to you, guess what? They're on your side until the job is done. Nothing's going to stop that level of loyalty you basically just bought. No other amount of money can get them to betray you. That's at least something that you get from them. In the next episode, I'm going to talk about actual trading companies, not the mercenary trading companies, the mercantile trading companies that you can find out in space. So, if you have any questions, comments, anything you want to say, anything you think is left out, please leave it in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. It shows support for the channel, the empire, the work I do. If you want to show some extra support, you can always check out my Patreon. Link in the description below. But regardless, until the next time, I bid you farewell.